My name is Ruby Robinson. I'm 88 years old and I live in Anderson, South Carolina. After moving to Chester when I was 5 years old, my daddy was bedridden, sick. And when Mama started me to school when I was 6 years old, I cried for my daddy every day, because the reason I cried for my daddy, there was a little cafe up the street, and he would let me go to that cafe and get ice cream for him and me, and I would get up in the middle of the bed with him and we'd eat that ice cream. So I love my daddy. After he passed away, Mama moved from that house to another house. She worked in the mill, cotton mill. One day I was 16 years old, she took me to the mill, and the boss man, the spinning room, his name was Mr. Nanny. He hired me the day I was 16 years old. But you know what he told me? Back then, girls didn't wear pants, you know. But he said, put you on 2 pair of pants and come to work in the morning. But the reason he did that, I was going to run a quill machine, and you had to sit up high on a high stool, so we needed to wear pants. It was my first job. That was in the spinning room. Yeah, I worked in the mill 2 years, from 16 to 18, then I married Marion Ross Robinson. We lived on the same mill hill, and there was only 2 roads that was, I say, paved. And we all gathered, young girls and boys, to skate on that road. That's the way I met him. On the day we married, we had my sister and my best girlfriend was going to be our witnesses, and Mama wanted to be there too. And like I say, we called the preacher, you know, and asked him if he would come marry us, and he did. And it so happened, Mama was at the hospital with my brother's little boy, Bill. He was sick. And we didn't call her, and she got so mad. She called me in the house from when I was leaving church. She said, I just want you to see what you're in for. He was just getting up, come in the living, well, back then they didn't have a living room. He'd come in the front room, no shirt on and hair all tousled. But he had pretty curly hair. So I didn't care, that's what I wanted. Not all of them, but several families on that mill hill had a good many children. We both wanted kids, you know, but I don't remember him saying how many he wanted. I always thought I would go for at least 6. But I overwent. Well, we'll start with the first one, Stephen Ross. One we call Butch. Then Shirley Ann, Joyce Elaine, Floyd Daniel, Ruby Jean, Martin Wayne, Raymond Lee, Larry Dean, and Teresa Lynn. Having a lot of little ones, you have to, by keeping house and all that, I didn't have much time, but I made time in the summertime to get out in the yard and play with them. If it was jumping rope, hopscotch, sometimes even shooting marbles with the boys. But I made time for that. Shirley was like a little mother to the rest of them. When we left Chester and come over here, I went to work, you know, in the Belton plant. Shirley had to keep house for us. I remember one thing that happened with Ray at one time. Is this lady that lived up the road from us, Miss McElrath, had her car parked in front of the convenience store there on River Street. And Ray got in it, cranked it up and run into the store lights. Run through the glass with it. T.C. and Larry was pretty close, and when Larry I remember when Larry started dating Sandra, a lot of times their daddy would make him take T.C. with him when he would go out. It'd make him so mad he couldn't stand it. You know, we got to see the most of them and most of the grandkids. I guess I just wish I could have seen some of the great grandkids, but seeing them in homes of their own and having their children, you know, and when each little baby come along, I was proud of one more grandchild. I guess the best memories would have been when they was younger, when I could get out in the yard and play with them and dress them for Easter and stuff like that. You know, like when we all used to get together and go to the park or to the lake, and they'd always all play ball, you know. Grandpa would get right in there with them. Yeah, I would like to see some of them days again.